Thank you. Well, good afternoon. Jan Mohammed, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to this auspicious event. You know, ladies and gentlemen, exactly 16 months ago, we launched this Yes Network right here in this Mayon Sari ballroom. I'd like to give you a quick company update before we talk about our amazing new innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, we launched this network as the first converged 4G network in the world 16 months ago. And Jan Mohammed and ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to report to you that even today, 16 months after, we are still the first and only converged 4G network in the world. Our leadership position globally has been recognized, and I'll tell you more shortly. When we launched our network, we started with about 1,100 base stations. They're giving us access to about 60% of the country's population. I'm happy to report to you that under our team, we work non-stop to continue to build more and more coverage for the sake of the betterment of our people. We now have over 2,200 base stations 60 months into our launch. And, ladies and gentlemen, this has never been done before. We have doubled the size of network, and this has never been done before in this country's history. Jan Mohammed, we will make you proud. So, this is a map that shows how we have been able to support Malaysian population. We covered the entire stretch of west coast of Malaysia, giving us fantastic coverage as we launch. But having said that, we are quite determined to support Malaysians across all walks of life, across all different aspects of the country. So we've grown our network from 60% coverage to where we are right now, which is 70% coverage, giving us access to East Coast. So East Coast folks have leapfrogged from 2G network all the way to 4G. They forgot about 3G. Now, with this kind of network coverage, our customers are really, really enjoying our superior mobile network. In merely 16 months' time, we have delivered over 2 petabytes of data. Now, many of you here are not guys that count bytes, right? So let me contextualize that for you. What is 2 petabytes of data? Well, if you were to stream non-stop, full high-def HD video, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, for 99 years, you would have consumed 2 petabytes. Now, there isn't enough Blu-ray movies out there to stream 99 years. And we've delivered this in merely 16 months' time. That's the power and strength of our network, Jan Mohammed. Now, going beyond that, we also have our new Yes Live application that provide innovative ways for customers to use their mobile number. They can use it on their iOS devices, Android devices, as well as on their desktop, as well as the Mac. With our new advancement, we were able to deliver over 4 million SMS in the last 16 months' time, domestically and globally, and deliver over 12.5 million voice calls domestically and globally. We have also launched new price plans. We listened to our customers, and we responded. We launched our postpaid product in the March timeframe. Now, you might think that that would cannibalize some of our existing prepaid base. Well, not so much. I'm pleased to report to you our postpaid product launched in March, and the same month of March, we also achieved record sale for our prepaid product. So basically, we have both engines cranking for us. Work out quite nicely. Now, I think at this point, it's proven domestically that we have a superior 4G proposition. But our hard work has not gone unnoticed internationally. I'm pleased to report to you that IDC, the world's largest technology analyst firm, has said the following about us. Basically, they said that any operators out there considering to upgrade to 4G technology, whether it's LTE or WiMAX, they should first look at what YTL communication has done in Malaysia. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have not just disrupted the domestic telecommunications industry, we have disrupted the global telecommunications industry. Wall Street Journal also took note of our hard work. They came and interviewed us and wrote the following article that says that no longer are the days where breakthrough innovation happens in first world countries. In fact, in emerging economies like Malaysia, with a group determined like YTL, with the vision that we have at YTL, we can actually leapfrog first world countries in delivering breakthrough, amazing new innovations. Now, all these accolades sums up by this one prize that we received last year. 12 months into the service, we were appointed and anointed as the world's most innovative new service of the year in 2011 in Paris at the Broadband World Forum. No other operators in the entire Asian region has received this accolade before. Thank you. At this point, I think it's safe to say that our network is proven, our price plan portfolio is mature and robust, and our dealership network is expanding by the day. In fact, there are many dealership friends here, and thank you very much for all your support. I think it's time for us to take the next major big step for our company. Now, before we talk about the next major big step, let's talk about how we as Malaysians use our mobile phones today. This is a statistic that says that Malaysians use our mobile phone when we are eating, when we are sleeping, when we are watching TV, and some of us use mobile phone even when we are in the bathroom. You don't have to raise your hand. We use our mobile devices to get entertained, read news, do shopping, check emails, be productive at the same time, and also maybe learn a few things too. Now, all this new demand of data coming in has certainly put a lot of pressure amongst our industry friends. In fact, in the latest speed test result, many of you know that whenever you hit speedtest.net to check the speed of your connection, that information gets logged. So this is the most transparent and accountable way to ascertain performance level of ISPs. According to the latest speed test result, all the other wireless telcos are delivering between half a megabit per second downlink to maybe 1.17 megabit per second downlink. Now, this is certainly not sufficient in our opinion to keep up with the demand of this new surge of mobile internet requirements from the consumer. All of us have smartphones. Some of us have more than one. If smartphones are fast cars, and they are beautiful, shiny objects, then what happens when you put a smartphone on a network that cannot deliver the speed? The following would happen. A beautiful, shiny object stuck in the mud, just like my clicker at this point. Let me find another clicker that won't be stuck in the mud. There you go. You spend your hard-earned money to buy this brand new smartphone, and the network just cannot deliver. And therefore, when you try to browse the internet, you're not browsing or surfing, you're crawling the internet. When you try to watch YouTube video, you end up watching YouTube buffering. My friend would tell me that watching YouTube is the Malaysian favorite pastime. In actuality, watching YouTube buffering is the real pastime. So we are all tired of that. So there are three things that I'd like to ascertain. If the wireless operators cannot deliver the speed, the only thing we will deliver to our customer is frustration. If you look at our speed, the same speed test result, we are anytime 5 to 10 times faster than our compatriots in the industry. And look at our devices. This is a fantastic portfolio. As Tan Sri just talked about, we have the world's most complete device portfolio. We have home gateway. We have dongles. In fact, the slimmest dongle in the industry that slide into the thinnest of laptops, such as the MacBook Airs. We have this powerful huddle that gives our customers mobile internet on the go, that connect all the devices with them in their car, wherever they go. Now, so when we try to look at the mobile internet space to figure out how we create device for this internet space, we start thinking, first, let's figure out what customers want. Let's not just jump to the conclusion. At the end of the day, as consumers of this technology, we all want the same thing. We want very fast internet speed. We want a phone that lasts pretty much a whole day because our day is getting longer. And we want new ways to communicate, not the same old model of making phone calls. And last but not least, gone are the days that people use the internet to surf and browse. The new way of doing things with the internet is to use applications, applications, and applications. There are three facts I'd like to share with you. The first fact is that even in the US, the 4G phones out there in the US aren't that fast. This is a report that I collected from the United States where they perform speed test performance of 4G phones in the US market. The report will show that most of the people in the US are getting 3.5 megabit per second downlink on the 4G phones, and the uplink of about 1.5 megabit per second. Now, many of you that use our 4G service certainly are seeing a much larger speed than that, right? Now, the other point about 4G phones in the current state in the industry is that battery life is a problem. This is an article from Wall Street Journal, just published about a month ago. They say that people love the idea of using 4G phone, or at least the current generation of 4G phone. But they are finding disappointing that those phones only last for half a day. And the third thing that we find quite annoying is that for the 20-some years that we've seen the launch of this Motorola phone, there hasn't been any real innovation in the space of telephony. It's still the same way of dialing a few numbers and hitting the green button. The way we communicate hasn't changed. So from our perspective, when we first look at this mobile internet space and try to create a product for that space, our conclusion is that we shouldn't just build yet another Android phone. There are many Android phones out there already. What we should build, because, ladies and gentlemen, we are the only company that have this converged 4G network. We decided that we should build an Android-based converged 4G phone. We use Android as an open source platform, but layer on top of that Android open source platform, we put on top all these advanced features to make sure that this is the world's first converged 4G phone. It's not just a 4G phone, it is the world's first converged 4G phone right here in Malaysia. We work with experts globally because certainly this is a complex engineering challenge, and we decided that we should recruit the best of the industry to work with us in this partnership. So I'm pleased to introduce to you our friends from Foxconn that's in the room right here. We have our friends from GCT, and we have our friends from D2. So Foxconn, as you know, is the leading manufacturer of computer electronic devices. All the iPhones and iPads all come out from the Foxconn factory, world-class manufacturing. GCT is our partner from day one in building the most advanced and most power-efficient 4G chipset. And D2, these folks, they are the first IP communications technology experts. So with these three global experts working with us side by side, we solve all these engineering challenges to really build this advanced product. We solve the challenge of delivering the best performance with the least battery consumption. We deliver a technology that allows for the phone to be able to operate on the GSM network and our 4G network at the same time, and many other things that we've solved that I'd be more than happy to brief you after this meeting. The point is that with this global expert working with us, we've been working non-stop following the sun from the US to Taiwan to China to Korea to Malaysia. This is truly a global collaboration of technology experts to deliver the world's smartest smartphone. The end result, we believe, is a phone that eclipses all other 4G phones in the world. Therefore, we call this phone the Eclipse. We believe this phone is the smartest smartphone out there. And I am trained as an engineer, so let me explain to you from an engineering standpoint why this is the smartest smartphone out there. First, this is the only phone in the industry globally that is capable of mobile 4-way video conference. This phone can also do 6-way audio conference as well. This is a phone that supports both GSM telephony and IP telephony on our Yes 4G network using our C18 number, and giving you the full 4G speed all at the same time. And finally, when you leave Malaysia, with a simple flip of a button, no restart, no need to pull out SIM cards, none of those crazy things, this phone immediately turned into a world phone. So you travel globally, you can still have access to 2G and 3G services. And guess what? Our advanced Yes Live communications capability can also run on 2G and 3G network, which means that your 018 number travels with you anywhere you go around the world. And you have full access to our superior calling rates anywhere in the world. Because of the speed of our superior 4G network, we're able to deliver download without lagging. Customers can stream music or video without any buffering. And most importantly, they can actually share meaningfully their connection with others using the hotspot. Now, many of you have smartphone that is capable of becoming a hotspot as well. Now, let me remind you of the Porsche stuck in the mud. When you have a smartphone that you can certainly turn into a hotspot, but when the 3G connection behind the phone is not able to deliver the bandwidth, what's the point? You barely have enough bandwidth for yourself, let alone sharing with others. In our case, we have a phone that is so powerful that not only you can get the superior speed, you can also share that speed with other devices. That is the difference, ladies and gentlemen, between sharing a cupcake or sharing a birthday cake. I think we have a birthday cake. Now, as I mentioned earlier to you, in the US, the speed test result for the 4G phones are averaging 3.5 megabit downlink, 1.5 megabit uplink. I'm pleased to report to you, because of the hard work that we put in with our global experts, we were able to achieve 19.8 megabit downlink in the Malaysian Yes 4G network and 4.5 megabits per second uplink in the Malaysian 4G network. This is a phone that is built and designed for our Yes 4G network. Next, I'd like to click it really hard, but I couldn't. OK. Now, with this kind of speed, this is what will happen. You can download Angry Bird in merely 30 seconds, whereby if you were to download Angry Birds on other network, it will take you minutes. So when you try to download Angry Bird, but you cannot download the Angry Bird, you don't get Angry Bird, but you get Angry Kids. And that is not good. When you use the phone, you like to use the phone for a whole day, right? Now, mind you, this article from Wall Street Journal says that some of those smartphones last only half a day. In reality, and I have many friends in the US that tells me their smartphone lasts only about until 2, 3 o'clock. I'm pleased to report to you, our phone has a standby time of 90 hours and a useful time of 7 hours, whether it's used to make phone calls or use the internet, download games, watch YouTube, or what have you. However you use it, data or voice, we give you a full 7 hours of useful time. That is high-class engineering. Last but not least, because this phone is built on the Android platform, we work closely with our friends at Google, and they are also with us here today, to ensure this phone is compatible with the Android market, the most exciting mobile ecosystem out there. So I'm pleased to report to you that every single customer of this phone will have immediate access to literally hundreds and thousands of applications at the fingertip.